Is going on, my favorite white line agents? Colin here, and I told you I was in for a big surprise today. I am in Naples, Italy. Excuse me. And right over my shoulder, right there, is Mount Vesuvius. For those of y'all that don't know, go look it up. Anyhow, today is day 22 of our series. Let me read the book for you. Chris Mashore's book, Three Clients in 30 Days, and today is day 22, Bigger Pockets and Online Forums. So, guys, why do forums matter? Why should I be doing any kind of marketing at all online, guys? It's because they're big deals. That's where people go looking for advices. And today we're going to be circling really around bigger pockets because we are the investors brokerage. And unfortunately, guys, not unfortunately, but fortunately, that's where a lot of investors hang out. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Bigger Pockets, it is like the number one online community for real estate investors. It's essentially like a Facebook for real estate investors, if you will. It's free, it's searchability, and it's searchable and it's credibility driven, guys. You either add value or you look like a rookie. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to get on there because I find a lot of my out of state clients, a lot of people looking for houses on Bigger Pockets. Now, I've said this before. The reason why we started White Line was because we're investors, and most brokers don't like it. As an investor myself, I want to find as many investor clients as I can because I love investor clients. They tend to buy, five, six, seven properties a year versus one property every 7 years. So that's why you really want to start looking for investors. So we're going to talk about Bigger Pockets today. And here's the thing with Bigger Pockets. Bigger Pockets is exactly what I have been teaching this entire time. It's about value. Okay. In Bigger Pockets, you cannot pitch. These guys are so on top of it. They watch those things like hawks and they do not allow you to do any kind of pitching, no spamming, don't beg for deals. They will literally remove your post in about 10 minutes because I do that quite I do that every now and then. Sometimes it's misinterpreted as a pitch. So you got to be really, really careful because your stuff will be removed if you don't do it correctly. And so when you're on Bigger Pockets, that's the big thing, guys, is like I've been saying this entire time, you have to lead with value. You have to answer questions or ask questions, and they can't be some kind of clever idea what you think is a good way to get clients. You can't do that, guys. You got to lead with value. You got to share your local market knowledge. People like to invest in San Antonio. We're a great rental market. So people want to be looking around San Antonio for that. So that's why I'm telling you it's important to know your neighborhoods and to know San Antonio because they're going to love seeing it. So how do you get noticed in Bigger Pockets? Go set up a an online account. It's completely free. And to get noticed, you have to think of it like a networking event. Be helpful first, business comes later. You want to post in the forums regularly. You'll see what I'm talking about. When you get in there, there's forums for everything. Rental investors, Airbnb, San Antonio market, whatever it is. And when you get in there and you're sharing your information, what we have that's unique as realtors is that we can show practical data. We have the data that everybody's looking for. Here's what rents look like in San Antonio. I just saw these flips in this area, that all that kind of stuff. Be specific about your market and especially your niche if you know that one, because broad generalizations don't get you traction in this website. You can't just be like, well, real estate renting is good. They already know that. In this neighborhood in San Antonio, I'm noticing this multiplier of rent per square footage. That kind of stuff is really going to get you noticed. So get in there, fill out your profile completely. There's a photo, there's bios. Yes, use a real photo. If you want to get an AI one, that's fine. And position yourself as the investor's realtor. Make it crystal clear that you work for White Line and we are the investor's brokerage. Okay. Remember, other agents, landlords, vendors, they all use Bigger Pockets, and deals often come from collaboration. I've got syndicates through there. I've done all kinds of things with Bigger Pockets. Um, if you don't want to use Bigger Pockets or you're a little bit scared of it, try some of the smaller ones like Reddit or Facebook groups or even local investor forums. I actually put a post up on a bunch of Facebook groups the other day in an effort to move a bunch of these properties we're trying to get rid of. So, but start with Bigger Pockets. Trust me on that one. Once you get good at that, the rest will come very easily to you. Plus, I very seldomly use the rest of them. I usually go to Bigger Pockets for that. Um, Pitfalls to avoid. Guys, you are not the end all be all. You do not need to sound like a guru. You will get roasted. And there's nothing worse than getting roasted online, okay? So be authentic. And if you don't know something, say, I don't know something. And don't, like I said, there's no pitching in there. So do not pitch. The second thing is don't copy and paste generic advice. Real estate investors, we don't have time for nonsense. And you're going to get just blown out of the water from that. They can smell bullshit a mile away. And don't argue with people. This is not, I get so sick and tired of seeing social media or any kind, because technically Bigger Pockets falls into social media, where it's just this constant back and forth arguing. Do not be do not be a keyboard hero. Nobody cares. Nobody thinks you're more right. If somebody tells you you're wrong, then say thank you. I didn't think of it that way. It just doesn't go any fair. And you got to think of this as a long play. Okay, it's a slow burn market. You're not going to get anything. I feel like I've been saying this a lot lately to people. Guys, any of this marketing that you're doing is not, I'm going to go do this for 2 days and then all of a sudden I'm going to be make $1 million. That's not going to happen, guys. You've got to do this 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week until people know who you are. It's about building your reputation, not about building a quick lead. Okay, you want to make sure that you find good threads where you can drop value and bring all of the investors that are following that thread to get their attention. Okay, you don't need to get everybody's attention on day one. Just find your one thread, your one market, your one niche, and really go with that one. And remember, this is going to be an online reputation. It is the same as running around stealing candy from babies. People are going to find you out, so don't be that person. Don't think you're an ego. Don't be ego driven. Don't think you're a guru. Don't think you know better than everybody else. Get in there and offer advice and give data, because as realtors, we have that nobody else really can get. So, what is your action step for today? It's really simple. Go to Bigger Pockets and create your profile. Okay, upload a professional headshot, write a little bio, and highlight that you're an investor friendly agent. Trust me, people are going to love this. You don't need to buy any of their packages or anything like that. Just create a profile. Okay, make your first post. That's going to be a good one. Hey, I'm introduce yourself. Hey, I'm a new member. I'm in the San Antonio area. I work for White Line. We're investor centric. That's what we're doing. Let me know if you have any questions, something along those lines. And then this week, I want you to answer at least 3 questions in the form. Go into these forms, find the questions that everybody's asking, and see if you can find the answers for them. Do the work, guys. This is not something you're going to be able to pull out of your ass. You got to sit down and do the work, okay? And then after you've done your Pockets profile, go find one on Facebook or Reddit. Just go join one of those as well and start contributing there to help gain some traction on some other ones. All right, guys? So that is your homework assignment, because your online reputation is important. This is how we're going to get it all set up. And I will see you guys again tomorrow, because basically I'm on vacation. So my wife's working, I'm not. And here, let me show you one more cool thing before I let you go. That right there, which is under construction, is the Castle de Olve or something like that, but it means the egg. And then that little island right there is the island of Capri. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time, and get out there, go join those forums.